Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Happy St. Patrick's Day. This is empty. This is it's empty, and not because I drank it today. Not at all. Uh, I mean, I did drink this, but it took me like a year or something to get through it. I don't drink that much. I don't know that we've ever really had this discussion, but alcohol isn't a big part of my life. It hasn't been for a very, very, very long time. There was a point, when I was a Marine and stuff, that alcohol was a very important part of my life. But it hasn't, it's not something that I do regularly. It literally took me probably more than a year to drink this, over a year, because I drink like one drink a month or something like that. Like it's a very long process for me to care. I just don't drink. Anyway, today is St. Patrick's Day. I don't know why that means anything to us. It shouldn't, right? Like it's just another one of those holidays that we appropriated in the United States. It's not even a holiday, but it's a day that we appropriated it for the sake of needing a reason to drink. And that's weird. It's like Cinco de Mayo. It's just one of those things where we appropriated somebody else's culture, somebody else's, to give ourselves an excuse to act a fool. We've talked about Cinco de Mayo before, how it's really not an event in Mexico, but we made it into one in the United States for some reason. I don't know if that's true with St. Patrick's Day. I have a feeling, like most days in Ireland, these things are celebrated with, they're celebrated. This has been, so Jameson is a very new thing for me. I've always been a bourbon guy. This is technically whiskey, whatever. But Wild Turkey has been my drink of choice for a very, very, very long time. And for some reason, I started drinking this on the boat last year with ginger ale, Jameson and ginger. And I really enjoyed that. Really, really, really enjoyed that. So this has been my drink of choice for a while now. But like I said, drinking's not a part of my life. It's not. It makes up 0% of my thought process on a daily basis. On an average day, it's just not something I think about. Every now and then I'll say, man, I'd really like to have a taste, and I'll have a drink. In my youth, when I was in the military, in my youth I didn't drink until I turned 21. That was like a rule of mine. My grandfather was an alcoholic. My mom drank a lot, and I just decided that I wasn't gonna do that until I turned 21. And then I turned 21 and I drank a lot. I told myself, I gave myself a free pass for a year. Like, just drink as much as you feel like drinking. In about 8 months, I was like, I'm done with this. And then from that point on, I would have drinks, especially in a social setting, but I never really enjoyed. I just don't enjoy it. I don't mind having a drink, and sometimes two if I'm feeling particularly, sparky. But any more than that, and I'm not. It's just not a thing for me. And I definitely don't want to do it day after day or anything like, my kids. When my oldest was little, I was like a yuppie. I thought I was going to be a yuppie, right? Even though I don't live in an urban area. I was working for a car dealership, making very good money at the time. I was a Mercedes. I worked for the car dealership, but we were a Mercedes dealer, and so I did Mercedes dealership type stuff. Went to New Jersey and stuff, and so I dressed in suits and had my Mont Blanc pen in my pocket, and I thought I was fancy, and so I took it upon myself. I decided that I liked martinis. I didn't just decide. I do like martinis, very, very dirty martinis, because I basically just like the olive juice. I don't really care about the alcohol. You could take, honestly, you could probably just take olive juice and put some bitters in it. That'd be great. Like I don't really need the vodka or the gin, whatever you like in your martini. But yeah, so I did have at that point in time I would have like a drink a day or something like that. And that's probably not true. It was probably like a drink every other day or something. Didn't drink on the weekends. You know, it's just never been, you know, but that didn't last very long. That was like a short period of time. And I've never really been one to keep beer in the house. I mean, I have at various points tried it. Like, I want to, you know, I try things. Like, my neighbor is the kind of guy who drinks probably 3 or 4 beers a day. And that's just normal for him. For me, that's really abnormal. That's like a lot, right? Unless I'm camping, like when we would go camping every summer for a week, that's basically all I would drink for that week. I would have water if it was available, but it was basically just beer and water. And I would drink at that point a case a week or something like that. But on a normal daily basis, I just couldn't. And so there were points where I was like, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to have that beer after work kind of thing. And I tried it and was like, why am I? This is disgusting. Like this isn't. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like being somebody other than myself. And I usually, depending on the alcohol, some of them will give me headaches really quickly. They all make me feel like crap the next day. Even one drink makes me feel worse the next day. It's a noticeable like, ugh, why did I do that? And that's part of the reason why I have to be in a mood for it. Like I have to accept that I'm going to feel like crap to have a drink. Like, all right, I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to feel like, you know, doo-doo tomorrow, but whatever. You know, so it's just not something I do. I might have one tonight just because it's St. Patrick's Day. I happen to have a bottle of Jameson on the counter. I do not have any ginger ale, so I'll have to go to the store if I want to do that, and I don't really feel like it. But what do you do for St. Patrick's Day? Do you celebrate it at all in any way, shape, or form? Do you do the pinch me if I'm not wearing green kind of thing? Weird how we've appropriated these holidays into American culture. And do you drink on? Do you whatever you want to share? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is prolixity. It is a noun meaning refers to a speech or piece of writing that is deliberately wordy and long-winded due to an ornate or formal style. The writer who loses his self-doubt, who gives way as he grows old to a sudden euphoria, to prolixity, should stop writing immediately. The time has come for him to lay aside his pen. Colette, a French novelist. Prolixity. Prolixity. I think I agree with you, Colette. I don't really enjoy prose for the sake of prose.